Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to Quest and Chaos, streaming Ghosts of Saltmarsh, or whatever the hell it is that we are streaming at this point. This is day 2 of remote streaming, and we are all gathered together from sheltering in place around the Bay Area to play Saltmarsh. Say hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hopefully,
Say with
we're
a
not
mouthful of dinner.
too delayed.
What?
Nothing. I think Amy and I are delayed, but that's just what we're doing. So, hello.
This is just sort of how we're rolling with it today, because that's technology. So yes, welcome to.
Yo, everyone.
Huh?
Never mind.
So yes, welcome to Quest and Chaos, everyone. We're going to try to dive in pretty quickly so we can figure out what shenanigans this lot's going to get up to. I'm really interested to see how exactly this goes. Before we jump in, thank you to Gordon Biersch. I brought some home with me because I needed some sanity during all of this. So cheers.
Cold soda.
Cold soda is better than warm soda.
It's true.
Yeah, it's a
Finish
thing.
that dinner in 5 minutes. Hooah!
Yeah, you get that. Also, we are using our luck deck from Nord Games as per usual. They gave me a bunch of natural 1 cards yesterday, and I used not a single one. I'm very sad.
Thank you.
Well, I think you guys ran through like all of the cards that you had, and very nearly all of the inspiration.
Yeah, we have 4 left.
Yeah, we're back down to 4, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so rested right now.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Unless you guys have any announcements you need to make.
A couple announcements. So we're virtual, as you can tell. Amy and I are close together.
Put hands off me.
We still have rent at the studio that's due, so you will see the tavern upkeep up there. So every time you donate bits, that will help us pay rent. And especially when all of my rentals and all of my video productions are canceled for the foreseeable future. Now, again, if you are also in a similar situation, please do not stretch yourself. That is not what we want either. But if you are safe and secure in a nice job, consider giving us some bits and we'll kill some lizard folk, James.
No, we won't.
What?
No, not coming.
Well, only if they're wearing pants.
If they are wearing pants, they are not my family.
Well, there's that. Speaking of bits, we just got in 500 from Tamago Tora to take another joyride on the boat.
You just stole my pencil. And my razor. Get off my razor.
And 500 bits from Duke Fleeg for the players. So thank you guys very much. We really do appreciate it. With everything that's going on, it's nice to have this spot of normalcy in the midst of everything, even if it's very weird. It's weird normalcy. How's that?
Those bits are conditional on us taking the boat out for a joyride, right? It's mandatory now?
It's totally mandatory.
Didn't you think that my docking procedure was a bit of a joyride? I mean, come on. It's a move.
Okay. Hef, you mad bastard. We love you.
What?
1,500 bits for me and 1,500 bits for you guys. So you guys have 3 more. Thank you so
Who's
much.
keeping track of these?
Not me.
I'm keeping keeping track in the chat for hours.
Yeah, I'm keeping track of mine. Thank you, Hef. I have 3 to play with. Mwahahaha. Though I never use them. I'm trying to, but so yes, thank you guys very much. We really appreciate you spending some of this shelter in place time with us. I'm only speaking for myself, of course, but this community is part of what helps keep the lights on for me personally, because this is all just madness. And by lights, I mean like mental health.
This is Sparta!
Nice. So we are trying something new. We used Zoom yesterday, and we are trying Skype today. There are some really great features on Skype, but I think yesterday the sync was a lot better. So we'll keep tweaking and trying to keep giving you a better experience.
And this is all a learning process because we are very much used to being in studio and having control of everything from the board and everything that goes on there. So it's a learning curve. We're getting there.
Sorry, I just had to try once.
You had to try what?
Just doing this.
Neat. All right, so shall... That's really uncanny. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in. I'll just go ahead and do a quick recap from the beginning of the Saltmarsh expedition. So members of the Last Chance Brigade came to Saltmarsh to investigate a haunted house that was bothering the townsfolk, filling the air with shrieks of the damned and all sorts of other fun things. They were like, we would like this dealt with, please. So they were brought in to deal with it. They examined the house. They were very thorough from the attic down into the cellar. They checked out the entire house and figured out that the house itself was not actually haunted. It was occupied by smugglers who were using the caverns underneath the house to move their wares without being seen by Saltmarsh or anyone else in the area. So they figured that out, and then the townsfolk said, well, because this was just the land operation of what was going on, we would really like you guys to deal with the sea portion of it. And using a bullseye lantern that the group found during their search of the house, they were able to send signals to the ship when the ship signaled them. Before that, though, they dealt with a haunted doll, which was tremendously fun. So after dealing with the doll, they got the notice from the guards that signals had been spotted on the water. Using a surprisingly low amount of chaos, they were able to get onto the ship and deal with everyone who was on it while taking minimal damage to themselves. I was honestly very impressed with the tactical abilities that were displayed there. I will call it out when I see things that are cool. So you guys dealt with all of that and managed to bring the ship into harbor in Saltmarsh without breaking it. Barely. It was kind of fantastic. So they landed. They were able to take pretty much everyone on the ship alive, and they found a prisoner who was in this tiny little 4 foot by 4 foot area in the hold, whose name is Oceanus. He is a sea elf who is familiar with everything that's a little bit of what's going on with lizard folk down about 10 miles southwest of Saltmarsh, a place between where his tribe is, 20 miles southwest, and Saltmarsh itself. So he was able to give you a little bit of information on that, but also say, he had been captured and held by them for a fair amount of time. So there were things that happened that he wasn't sure about. And we ended with you guys being in Saltmarsh, getting ready to take a long rest. And we will pick up in the morning as you are settling into the town. What would you guys like to do?
So can I just do a little bit of a side quest? Anyone is welcome to join me, but it involves cookies, ale, getting uncursed.
I am down for all of those. Anyone who would like to join her is certainly welcome to.
I mean, if the DM would be so kind as to just let me just hand wave it and just be like, yeah, That's up to you. If you want to hand wave the fact that I need to go and never getting uncursed. I mean, so, okay, Tamagotor wants to give me 500 bits for never getting uncursed. It's possible. I just have to remember to use it.
I mean, that's true. So it is a cursed luck stone where the first time that and it's on a check of your choice. So the first check of your choice that you make, you have advantage on it. However, 2 checks after that are made with disadvantage.
That's not,
should I keep it?
That's not too bad because you don't. The bad thing doesn't happen until you use the good thing.
And that's the thing that I keep forgetting is that do I have to use it or is it automatically? Because yesterday, like last night, we were talking about the fact that I was like, oh, poop, I keep forgetting to be at disadvantage, but I don't think I am at disadvantage until I'm.
So that means you could use it for advantage, like to look for traps in a box that we don't know, and then you could look for traps in your backpack.
Sure.
Twice.
You're going to rules lawyer a curse.
I think that's the best idea. Forget it. I'm just going to get beer and cookies for myself. Fuck the man in the woods.
Samthel. His name is Samthel.
I'm sorry, Thamthel. Who cares about that?
We have fine wine. That is a trip with a cask of fine wine, and you will certainly get that curse removed.
Yeah,
that's
but
easy peasy.
You also have brandy.
Well, we're going to keep the brandy.
I mean, here's another dumb question. What happens if, let's just say Emma, and again, this is just Emma spitballing at the table with everybody. What happens if I get another item to be attuned with? I can't attune to it because I've got a stupid curse attunement, which means that does one attunement knock out the other?
No, you have 3.
Ooh, yay!
I certainly would recommend you removing any cursed items. It may even be valuable worth selling.
That's like a half cursed item.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually sort of.
If it dispels the curse, does it just become a regular luck stone?
No, it gets disengaged from her and can be sold to someone else.
Do we go to the woods to unattune my cursed item? Yep. Or do I just say, you know what? So be it. It is my crux. It is my cross to bear.
Do we put in an order for her to bulk make those cookies for our sea voyage that we're about to go on?
Yeah, that too. I mean,
okay.
Yes. If I put my cookies in a bag of holding, is it kind of like freeze drying them or sealing them? Do they stay?
Well, they're not going to get mold.
No, because you suffocate if you end up in a bag of holding, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like vacuum sealing.
Oh ho ho ho!
Good times.
It's like the prepper's dream.
Do you know what I would give for something like that right now?
Me too, because I'm sitting in a pile of junk that I don't even need to be. Anyway, long story short. Yeah, so let's get cookies before we go anywhere. Cookies.
All right.
Whatever.
So you could definitely go to Magritt's shop and put in a request for a significant amount of spice cookies. How many are you asking for?
144.
How much money do we have now?
We're loaded pretty much.
Oh yeah, would you like
you
to?
You guys have a ridiculous amount of money.
So how are we splitting this cash here? Again,
well, hey, we're not telling the authorities about all of the platinum bars. I'll tell you that.
No. So we have.
We 10 will get platinum. 1 platinum bars worth of cookies.
So my handwriting is terrible. We have 10 platinum ingots at 50 gold each. So my math
50 platinum each.
Oh, so 50 platinum. So I have 500 platinum is what we have the equivalent of.
So we have 5,000 gold.
Yeah, plus then we had another
100 or so in pouches.
Yeah, and then 400 gold from the wizard, 700 silver, 4 gems, 2 healing potions, and an antitoxin potion, a book of navigation, something to do with a gust of wind, a spell book. things.
And then there was also a lot of stuff from the house that you guys didn't record, but there was a lot going on with the house as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so I suspect that on the boat we're going to maintain the brandy and the wine.
Do you have
we can sell that as we go too.
Wait,
I can
if we
only
sell
manage...
it, does that make us the smugglers?
Not if we pay taxes.
There it is. So really, you know what? We need to hire some people because this is getting to be quite. I mean, we've got a haunted house. Now all of a sudden we're selling stuff out of a boat. We've become merchants and proprietors of a haunted house. This is a lot.
Perhaps we should forego any of that and become adventurers.
But we have a ship full of merchandise. We have this house ready to be haunted.
Price to move.
I think we need to hire managers, and we have the money to hire people to manage the house while we're gone. They'll probably do it better than we would.
So do we need to hold interviews at the inn?
Hold them at the house.
Okay.
Wait, are we hiring from the local population, or are we going to do an outreach?
I think outreach would be best because we get better talent if we do outreach. I mean, Saltmarsh is kind of a small town.
Well, at this point, we're not staying there. Like we just sail to a bigger town and we put out a call there and we interview on the boat.
Yeah, this is a good call.
I believe there's some lizard folk that might need jobs soon once we stop the war.
They might need some pants too.
Oh yeah, and all those weapons too. We have a bunch of weapons to sell.
Did the constabulary take the weapons from us or no?
You didn't tell them much about the weapons, so they haven't taken them from you, and it's up to you whether or not you tell them. There is mention of them in the logs, so you know.
That's right. They were hidden. We found them after they left because they were hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you found them because Oceanus told you that he heard noises from a chamber next to his.
So, I mean, I don't need all the shields and swords and morning stars and stuff. And, you know, I think if we could get rid of that, but I think I would request that we keep the shield with us maybe.
Yeah.
You know, the one where James is, there's a picture of James, I'm sorry, there's a picture of Vith licking. Yeah, that one.
Hang it up in front of a tavern and name it the Licking Lizard.
Oh my God, you're right. We need to have 3. Oh, could our haunted house be haunted house and bar?
Ooh,
haunted house and tavern.
Now it can.
Yes, I think so. And that's the shield outside, and the bar is a separate entrance. Maybe from the caves. It's a whole theme, like a cave theme.
What? We could also
go on an
put
adventure.
in a golf course and make it a whole country club here on Saltmarsh.
Genius.
I think the population of Saltmarsh is about to grow. This is going to become the next.
We can have a tournament here. Yeah, a tournament.
A tournament.
Called the Masters or something. Because they are master golfers.
That was a terrible joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better than my Orrin Hatch joke yesterday.
I didn't even get that one. Anyway.
Togus did.
I'm sorry. So what are we doing? We're going to sail around, hire people. What did we decide? Phase
1, learn to sail a ship.
And that's the big thing, because if you're sailing somewhere to find sailors, you might lose the ship in the process.
Perhaps just the lizard folk.
Why do you keep saying that word?
There's a war.
So first the first person we need to hire is a sailing instructor.
Yes. We have a navigation book.
But we can't navigate anywhere in it.
So where are we going, by the way?
I thought we were going to go see my brothers and sisters and see if they are actually my brothers and sisters.
I'm sorry, what? You're adopted?
I think he's referring to the lizard folk down south.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
the folk down south is where we're going.
Is there
Okay.
a job board in this town or something?
Not
Somewhere I
There's
can
gotta be.
post. I need somewhere to post that we're looking for a sailing instructor.
We should also post that we need to have somebody to maintain the haunted mansion, at least while we're gone for a while. Just keep it tidy, keep any dolls out of it.
Housekeeper.
Yeah.
We've got some members of the last Onion Brigade still in the house, right?
Yeah, this is true, but they're completely irresponsible.
Oh, that's okay. So someone to clean up after them too.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is getting expensive.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you could have Jiff and what's his name? Ung
Yeah.
clean up the house. That's, I suppose that'll just have to do.
I don't know these individuals.
No, okay, well, whatever.
That's okay.
No, he wouldn't have met them.
Okay, yeah, because, well, we didn't go to the house. We went to the house. I'm sure we would have.
One of them peeked out when the doll was being exploded repeatedly. Who was the guy that peeked out?
Jeff.
Someone yelled at him for not wearing a dress.
Oh, that was me. Yeah. Well, I gave him the dress. Never mind. Anyway.
Nothing could go wrong with an alchemist tied to a hold up in a house.
Nope. Absolutely nothing.
There's a port here, so there have to be people who can sail. Where would I ask for? To the tavern?
So
The tavern or the docks, maybe?
Sailor's drink.
sure, where would you guys like to go?
To the tavern.
To the
Hire
tavern?
crew.
I guess we're going
Let's
to the
go hire a
tavern.
crew.
Yeah.
Do we even get to keep the ship? I don't
It
know if we
looks
get to
like-
keep the ship.
Because I asked last night if the ship was ours, and they responded with, like, probably. That's why I slept there.
They basically responded with, as the people who cleared the ship, you certainly have a claim on it, but it's something that would need to be discussed.
Well, why can't we go see the mayor and just negotiate? Just be like, look, we need to borrow the ship. I mean, we
Can
have to
you
come back and run
recommend-
Yeah, and some crew. I mean, we can bring the ship back and, like, to finish our haunted house. We just have to go stop the war with the lizard folk and help Oceanus out. So do us a solid, because we cleaned up your haunted house. We got rid of your pirate problem.
Are we there?
And
Are
the
we talking
economy is
to
going
the-
to be booming soon.
Mhm.
Exactly. We got a lot to offer at this point. Got a lot of negotiation power here.
So where would you guys like to go?
Sounds like
Mayor
we're going
first?
to the mayor. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So the mayor lives in a small house that is fairly close to Magrette's store. It's nothing particularly grand, but it has been pointed out to you a couple of times as his residence and the place that you would go to if you needed to find him. He tends to do town business out of the front office of his home. So his private residence is back in the main part of the house, and the office up front is for general town business. So you guys arrive there.
I forgot, what is his name? I
I-
didn't write it down.
Well, the person that you've been talking to is one of the town elders, was Vincent. This is someone else.
Okay.
This is Marcus. Come in.
Hello there.
And Marcus looks up from behind his desk. It's not a terribly opulent office. It is very it's very work. It's a very working sort of office. It's not the sort of thing where, like, there's grand tapestries or anything like that. There's a very simple, solidly built desk that is, and words. But
Drink.
Marcus, the mayor of the town, sits behind the desk, and looks up from paperwork as you enter.
Hi there. I don't know if you know about us, but we've kind of been doing a lot of stuff here. We're the Last Chance Brigade. Nice to meet you.
Oh, of course. He pops up from behind his desk and comes around to shake everyone's hand. Yes, 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 of course.
Oh, okay. You are very excitable. Man, hello there.
Hello, yes. No, we haven't met as of yet, but I've been hearing about all of the interesting and wonderful things that you've been doing over the past several days. So welcome. Come in, sit down.
Oh, everybody else come in. Come in.
Yep.
Well, hello. Well, yeah, hi. Whoa.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I
I am Emma. I am Emma the Halfling, and we are in need of your assistance.
Well, after everything that you've done for this town, I am certainly very willing to see what I can do for you lot. Sit down, please. How can I help you?
We have a proposition for you, sir.
All right.
We think that it would be in your best interest to let us borrow that fine ship outside to
And
assist.
keep it.
No,
Sorry.
borrow the fine ship outside and help Oceanus with his quest in order to stop the war. It's such a gallant and noble quest that I'm assured that a fine gentleman like you, a citizen, in fact, would be willing to help out other citizens of, where do we live again? What is this place? Of the bloppity blah community.
Saltmarsh.
Yeah, but what's like the county and the
Saltmarsh.
country?
So-
It can't be
County.
Saltmarsh.
So the general area is the Sword Coast, but it's not
that's
broken
it.
down into like counties and stuff like that. Everything is pretty much like city states.
Yep. And you, sir, would be the famed mayor of where onto where the adventurers, the Onion Brigade, came from, Saltmarsh.
Well, goodness. You said quite a lot in there, Miss Emma.
I don't know what I say half the time.
I mean, fair. So that ship, it's a beautiful ship. Our people we're not we're not seagoing people most of the time. We're fishermen, and that sort of a ship, while very lovely, is definitely more for running, cargo and passengers than it is for fish. So I suppose what I'm saying is we don't have a whole lot of use for that. So the other question, the big question that I have though is, can you sail that thing?
Well, I did an okay job getting it into port, but I think we would need to hire out at least a captain and a first mate and some other people to do some other things that you do on a ship. I don't know.
I see.
Crew members.
I see. Well, if you're looking to hire around here, there are not many people who can handle about that big. In fact, none that I can think of. You might have to send a Waterdeep to find someone. Or further north to Neverwinter.
Do we think we could make it to Waterdeep on our own?
No.
I mean, we don't have to make it to Waterdeep. We just have to go 10 miles south of here and say hello to the lizard folk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oceanus is his tribe may have a sailor or two. Perhaps
Perhaps.
we could ask.
Is
Well,
there
they're
a
further
place?
south, right?
Yeah.
Further south than the lizard folk.
Yes. So Oceanus's tribe is about 20 miles southwest of here, and the lizard folk are about 10 miles southwest.
Then perhaps just hire some horses. And Mr. Mayor, are we okay to leave our fine ship in your dock?
Oh, yes, of course. It will be well taken care of, and I'll post a guard to make sure that no one goes sneaking on board or anything fun like that. If you did want to... Okay, so I've heard a little bit about what's going on with this CL fellow. And I was actually, I have it, shuffles through the papers on his desk. Sorry, there's been a lot going on here lately. I do have it here that I was going to ask you and introduce myself properly. And ask you if you would be willing to go and do some reconnaissance in the area, find out what's going on. I mean, if the lizard folk are preparing for war, I'd very much like to make sure that we aren't the targets or that we're not going to be in the way.
Sounds a reasonable request.
Good information to know.
What'd you say, James?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
He's just depressed. And is there perhaps anything that you would be able to assist us with, like horse, carriage, cart?
If you would like to take horses, that's and I'm sure Ocean, your sea elf friend can confirm, but that's some fairly marshy area. It's going to be rough going overland, but you can certainly go that way, and we have horses for that. But if you would like to go via the sea, we can take you in one of the smaller boats. We can borrow one of the fisher folk and have them take you there.
What do we think?
That sounds a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming it's faster.
Oh, it's certainly much faster going overland. Going overland to the place that was indicated on the maps that I saw would take about 13 hours, and sailing there would take 2 or 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds like a good plan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have a blacksmith here in town?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Cool.
And not only that, that'll give us some more time to get more of Magrid's cookies.
Yeah, we never did decide how many of those you wanted to get, because it is going to start costing at some point.
Well, we should buy some.
Oh, absolutely.
A dozen?
Yes.
144
144 sounds like a good number.
Did you say
Should last us for
144?
quite a while. Yes.
Yes to both.
I also think perhaps some of the food stocks and provisions on the boat we should offer to the village. If they're gonna spoil, for sure.
If they're gonna spoil.
I mean, I don't know how long we're going to be down there for, so. It takes 2 to 3 hours, but how long does it take to stop a war?
Yeah.
I'm always prepared to never be allowed back to where I just was. Sometimes I stab people in the neck.
Oh God, murder. He doesn't know what he's saying.
He can never go back to Kentucky.
Oh my, no, I can never go back to Kentucky.
Okay,
Voters there
I
have
poke
nothing
you.
to do with
I
me.
poke you in real life and in the mayor's office. And be like, the common is his second or third language. He doesn't know sometimes what he's saying. He gets things really confused.
Yeah, the mayor's looking very concerned at the moment.
Always out of self-defense, I should point out.
Okay.
Of course.
All right, Mr. Mayor. Well, thank you very much for your assistance. Does anybody else need anything?
Not from the mayor. I just need to go get a new hand axe.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Shall we plan to leave tomorrow morning then, on a ship that you provide?
We can have the ship ready for you by then, certainly.
Excellent. And who is sailing us out of town?
I'll have a chat with some of the people around and see who we have available. I'll let you know.
Fantastic. I'll be staying at the inn. Let me know.
Fantastic. I will come and speak to you this evening over dinner, if not before that.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And I mean, I cannot overstate how grateful I am for everything that you have done.
Not a problem.
All right.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Yep. So I get up and get out before Murder Turtle says anything worse.
Yeah. Get out while you're still liked.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys get up and head out. I will point out that if you go and look at roll 20, you can see the map that you are working with.
Can we?
You should be able to. Oh, hold
I see black.
Yeah.
There's a little corner there's a little space up in the corner if you
go down and to the right.
Down.
The very bottom right corner.
Oh, here we are. Oh, hello.
Whoa, hello.
Yikes, you may want to decrease the size on that.
Is this something we want to share, or is this just for us looking at?
You can share it if you would like, or you guys can just look at it.
So are we at E then?
This is actually where you will be heading, not where you are currently.
Okay. Well, in this little interim, I will definitely head over to the blacksmith and see if they have a hand axe.
And I'll order some cookies.
All right. So the blacksmith does certainly have the very basic sort of weapons. So he has like a basic hand axe and that sort of thing. So you will definitely be able to find that fairly easily. I will look up how much that is.
My current hand axe is 5, so 5 gold.
Oh, okay. Then that's what it costs.
Okay. I look at it. See, it's just the metal and the wood, I'm assuming, yes.
Yeah, it's a very basic hand axe. There's nothing special about it.
Okay. Oh, this is decently crafted, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, I think.
No problem. And I give him 5 gold and I head on out.
All right. That's an easy enough transaction. And Amy, you wanted to go and talk to Margaret about ordering a gross of cookies.
Yep. How many can we get tomorrow morning for our trip? Because we would like to have 12 dozen.
Yes.
Is what the words were said to me.
12 dozen.
Yep.
144.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness. Well, that'll take me a little bit to do, but I should be able to do that by tomorrow morning. Yeah.
Excellent. And how much do you think that would be?
Oh.
What would be a fair price for all of your hospitality and cookies?
I don't know. Maybe 2 or 3 gold?
That sounds like an amazing bargain.
I whisper, perhaps give her 10 just for the inconvenience.
Of having you in her shop?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you're going to give her 10 gold?
I'm going to give her 5 gold.
All right.
I'm going to slip her another 5.
Fantastic. She is just like boggling at the amount of money that you just put in front of her.
I told you we're good for this town. We're good for this town.
We will stimulate the economy.
I mean, you certainly don't have to convince me. I thoroughly enjoy you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So thank you so much. And I will get to work on these right away. Thank you.
Where should we go next? Should we go back up to the haunted house and make sure that Jiff isn't destroying things and make him or Ung responsible for taking care of the entire situation?
I think Ung would be a great choice just because Jiff is going to be very absorbed in his work.
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys heading up to the house?
Yes,
Yep.
And we would like full voice, please.
Oh gosh, I don't know why you want this kind of voice. I'm not very good at this kind of voice. I can't do Aaron's voices. I'm sorry.
Come along, Ong. You're going to learn how to take care of a house.
Why do you guys get to go off on all the adventures and I have to stay here and watch this stupid house?
Because you didn't go on our most recent adventure.
Rude. Fine, I guess. I'll take care of the house. I'll just lock the door so no one can get in.
Yeah, with an attitude like that, young man, nobody will want you anywhere.
Fine by me. Maybe then I can go and learn how to master the other elements without people bothering me.
That's all you're mastering in your room. That is fine.
We don't talk about things like that, Emma, unless you really want to go down an embarrassing sort of conversation.
What?
Ong, do you still have your poetry book?
No. Why?
Just making sure. It's a good poetry book.
It was made for soft people. What are you doing reading it?
Well, occasionally I like to read, just as much as I like to play the violin.
That's right, you do. So much has happened in 6 episodes. I didn't remember that.
Oh, I can play a little hearty jig while we walk along the pathway.
Please do, and roll me a performance check.
Ooh, 21.
Yeah, no, you are playing such a happy, chipper little tune that you swear the birds in the trees are singing a counter melody with it. All right, so did you guys want to do anything else at the house before you went along jigging, fiddling merrily?
I'm good.
No, I think I'm.
Dig through the food on the ship to prepare for what we should bring for our little adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How much is the actual holding of a bag of holding?
500 pounds? It's 400 or 500 pounds. It's a lot of weight.
Okay, so basically, I think the only thing I have in there is the box with the blade, so we can fill this thing up.
And platinum bars that probably weigh money.
Oh yeah, and the platinum bars and some other things. But yeah, we probably easily have 400 plus pounds to fill. I'm just saying if that's a goal and we need to, I don't know, pack a barrel of ale and a barrel of wine and a barrel of bourbon and a barrel of, what else is there?
We should probably leave the bourbon for an adventurer. That's maybe some solid foods. We'll probably want to bring some sauerkraut and chip biscuit. We'll not want to, but we'll probably need to.
Yeah.
Some leaves.
Yeah.
As long as we have some meat along the way, I think that would be great.
Well, I only wanted 3 barrels of
salted pork. Well, some of it needs to be food.
Okay.
You're a halfling, you know these things.
I know, but I only wanted 3 barrels of alcohol. The rest you can fill with food.
Ooh, let's go to the butcher shop and get some cured meats.
Okay, sounds like fun.
Gonna get some ham on. Gonna get some ham on, and eat it with some melon. Ham on con melon. Ham on con melon.
I
feel that stab coming right at me.
What? That's a fun song to march down the street, go into the butcher shop. Ham on.
Are you still playing the violin going into the town?
Ham on con melon. Ham on con melon.
Yeah, okay. So as you're playing through the streets, yeah, it's very reminiscent of the Pied Piper. Kids come popping out of the houses around, just like, oh, it's the lizard guy. It's our friend. And they start following and dancing along with the tune.
Do any of them look like evil dolls?
No.
We vanquished that problem.
But you do see Mary, who the evil doll was given to. She looks tired, but in good spirits.
Don't look at her. Don't look directly in her eyes.
Don't make eye contact.
I can't believe you gave that doll to a girl.
I didn't. Well, okay.
Actually, I was the one who gave it to her, and to my prior knowledge, it was not haunted. I thought it was just a nice little doll to give to a little girl.
So here's where we went wrong. Assuming a doll is not haunted and assuming clowns aren't evil. Right there, step 1, you're already wrong.
We didn't make the second mistake.
Yet. That's what I'm saying. Yet. It's a forewarning. It's foreshadowing, sir.
If there are any clown lizard folk,
Punch him
I
in the
will know what to do.
face. Punch him in the face. Dispel evil, punch in face.
Stick him in a nice box, put him 3 feet below the ground. Understood.
Yeah, I have a box. The box with the knife. Let's put him in there. All right, are we at the cheese shop yet?
Are we at the
Cheese?
shop?
Okay,
well,
let's
after
get
we
some.
got the
let's get some
ham.
cheese.
Amy has cheese on the brain after the cheese consortium broke up.
We just got racks of bacon.
What else are you going to eat with the bacon? We've got the beer, the bourbon, the bacon. Now you need the cheese. That's how this operation works.
And you should probably also
some
hit up the
melon
bakery.
on that ship over there. Got some fruit.
Yeah, some fruit. We're also getting 12 dozen cookies. So there's
I
that.
think it's a well-balanced meal.
Me too. Cookies, beer, bacon, bourbon, cheese, maybe some fruit.
And wine. We're bringing wine just to balance things out.
Well, yeah, that's just for after dinner.
I'm gonna see if there's any
brandy
squash
after dinner?
anywhere.
All right. So Margaret's shop is a place where you would find the most like vegetables and fruits and things like that, because she's like the general store.
Gotcha.
And she has a lovely display of fruits and vegetables and like those racks out front. And I mean, this is not a particular farming area, but there's a pretty decent selection of fruits and vegetables.
I'll take whatever fruits and vegetables there are.
All right.
Do we need to go over bits?
We do have to go over.
There are a couple
Yeah.
that came in.
A couple that
There-
came in. Ren camo
Yep, I got that one. So that's 10.
with 500 bits came in.
Thank
I
you,
love
Ren
you,
Camo.
Ellie. Thank you.
And then.
And then not your average Joe just sent me 500 bits. Thank you
Oh,
very
damn it.
much. I appreciate it. So
was
I
making
currently
that
have
fun.
4. And the comment on it was, for putting on a great show to keep me busy on night shifts these last few nights. It's definitely helped keep us busy as well. So we appreciate you being here with us.
How bad is the audio sync?
Probably pretty.
Maybe Zoom next time.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think Zoom is going to be the best option, because I can't see any of you guys. I have to look at the stream to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's a delay.
Yeah. So if you ever see me like pause, that's probably why.
Yeah.
So you can't see anything I'm doing right now.
I can see you, Amy.
For it.
Oh, damn
Wait
it.
for it.
Damn it.
No, I can see Amy and Thomas on my computer screen. James and Nick are somewhere.
So
Who knows?
You know he's doing the thing, by the way.
I
let's
know.
see.
I can see it now.
We have 11 in the PC bits. Is that
Oh,
what you
yeah.
have, James?
That was kind
You
of where I was
hurry
at.
up and get on a boat.
Yeah.
All right, so we're at 11.
Yeah, I had 10, but I think I miscounted because I had 11, then I took one. Never mind. Don't worry about my math.
Then we can burn
math.
through these and burn a boat.
Yeah,
None of
Sure.
those.
Let's fight something. What?
I'm all for it.
Oh,
know you are.
no.
Of course he is.
Oh, can Murder Turtle, can you teach me some moves?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to learn how to spin around. What does that do? I'm assuming that's how you gain your power, is when you start to spin, it winds you up with the centrifugal force, and then something happens, but I just don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to practice this outside.
If this was Dungeons and Dragons 4E, you would have like a whirlwind attack.
I know, that would be amazing.
There
Okay,
is-
fight
there-
as well.
Use once per battle.
Yeah.
There are actually creatures where you can it's like a recharge action where you can spin and hit everything that's within 5 feet of you. Don't ask me why I looked that up.
Because it's like a Pokemon?
Kind of.
So,
Rapid speed.
yeah, I have the perfect ritual to teach you.
Okay.
I don't know if you will be able to learn it, but I'll show you. And I just start spinning in circles, which is how I cast rituals.
Are you doing this out in the city circle?
Yeah. Or in front of the bar.
I'm gonna
Sure, in front
roll
of the
the
bar.
cheese to the ship.
All right, so the cheese and the meats and all of that stuff goes to the ship, and there's a turtle just spinning in the middle of the town circle, and the kids think this is just the best thing that has ever happened. So they like all grab hands and spin circles around you in the opposite direction. So you're spinning like this, and they're going like this around you.
Veeth, are you fiddling?
Yep.
It's like a mini festival going on at this point.
So then, Murder Turtle, what do you say at the end of the spin?
Hold on 1 second. At the end of it, I say, silence. And then silence is out in 20-foot radius.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to spin and try and cast silence. Actually, do I actually have that spell? I don't know.
Are you then going to spin for 10 minutes?
I'm going to try. Do I have to roll something to figure out if I can spin for 10 minutes?
I'm going to say roll a con check on that one, because this is the first time that you've tried to do something that fucks with your equilibrium this badly.
Oof. That's 11.
You're able to maintain the spinning for a couple of minutes, but you don't know how to like pick a spot and track it while you're whipping your head around doing the dancer thing. James knows what I'm talking about. And you don't know how to do that. So after a couple of minutes, you're too dizzy to continue, and you just like sit down
in the silence.
And do you silence me?
The point where I was on was silenced.
Okay.
You can walk out of it.
I can't because I'm about to throw up.
So like this bubble of silence has radiated around. The fiddle is caught up in it. The kids are caught up in it, and they're all just like
silent disco.
I know. And then we're like.
So.
And after she falls down, I get rid of the silence. I let it dissipate.
and I mean, the cacophony just rises again, and all the townsfolk are at their windows trying to figure out what the hell is going on at this point.
And that's how you cast the silence ritual.
I'll have to try again tomorrow when I'm feeling better.
It just looks like I'm chasing my tail. That's all it looks like.
That's kind of what I imagine, like a turtle very slowly chasing their tail. I love it. All right, so you guys have dropped off the food at the ship. I mean, you're not going to be taking that ship down to the place that the map indicated, but it's a good gathering point for where you want everything to be.
Or we should just put it in the bag of holding now that I've gotten it down to the ship.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll bring the bag of holding down, and you can load up my barrel of bourbon. Actually, technically, it's brandy. Brandy wine, beer. Even though supposedly there is no beer on the ship.
Biscuits. Do they have sauerkraut?
Just load it up.
What's their anti-scurvy on this ship? What did they have?
Limes.
Limes don't do anything.
Best.
But they make the most fantastic ginger beer drinks.
They do make a lovely.
We don't have any of the other ingredients.
No, I mean lime works against scurvy, doesn't it?
Nope. Not well. Mm-mm.
That's why the Brits were called limeys, because they had
that was
limes.
a mistake. Yeah, they were dumb. They switched from lemons to limes, thinking it was the same thing, and then they all started getting scurvy.
I don't know, Bill Burr. I'm going to give you the bag of holding and let you be it on food detail.
All right. What's the limit?
500 gold pieces, but remember that all of our money is in there.
I mean,
as
pounds.
well as that. Oh, I'm sorry, 500 pounds, 500 gold pieces, 500 pounds. And remember, all our money is in there, plus that box with the knife that comes out if you don't disengage the trap. So those are the only two things I actually have in there. And maybe just a couple of pieces of clothing or whatever.
So the container of the box of the platinum, each of those bars of platinum is about 5 pounds each. So it's not hugely heavy.
Yeah, and we have to make room for 144 cookies. What?
I'm gonna go to bed. I think
200 pounds
there's
of
a
food.
lot of
250 pounds of
shenanigans.
food? Okay.
I mean, I don't know. What's the poundage per person, per humanoid, per day? What is that? There's got to be math involved to figure out how much food we got to take.
I'm more worried how much brandy you're going to go through.
I'm not.
So I just looked it up for my own curiosity. Apparently, fresh citrus, including limes, is good against scurvy, but lime juice that had been exposed to like copper tubing was not. So it had to be fresh limes, but lime juice that had been processed didn't.
So it's not that it's completely ineffective. It's just that I think the amount is disproportionate. It's not as good as yeah, not important. Even though I'm looking it up.
I'm completely fascinated.
I am always deeply interested in this sort of tangent, honestly, because it's ridiculous and I love it.
Yeah, because like, is that why oranges are better? Just because an orange is bigger?
I think it's because there's more of the vitamin C in it that helps prevent the scurvy.
Okay.
We got a silent head shake from Nick.
All right.
Hold on, he's updating.
Oh yeah, it's like less than half of what a lemon has.
Okay.
Okay, so
all right, good to know.
Half is effective. That's a big.
Less than it's 53 milligrams of vitamin C per lemon. Or is it per lemon? And then it's like almost 20 for.
Wow.
Anyhow,
I needed.
Okay.
But if these were magical components, it would be worth knowing.
I think I need to go get a drink.
So, is there anything else that you guys want to do in the town during the day?
I'm sure there's something important we're forgetting, but we'll figure it out once we get there.
Yeah, once we realize we don't have it, absolutely.
There is
Just
something.
I'd be casually playing my violin in this town square, just for funsies.
Sorry. Also, can I give Bilber the spell book? Because I don't think there's any spells that I can cast out of here.
Sure.
And I didn't write down the spells. I just wrote down the spell scroll of fog or whatever. Gust of wind.
You wrote down the cantrips because I remember you doing that, but you didn't. We moved on before you were.
Well,
we
can worry about that. Do we want to just worry about that later, or do we think there's something in there that's important for me to know?
That's up to you, because I did write down Friends, Mage Hand, and Ray of Frost, because remember I was yelling, nobody has Mage Hand, what is wrong with us?
So I'll run through the spells that are in there very quickly, and you can decide if you want to write them down. How's that?
Are there expensive inks and paper in Saltmarsh to be able to?
Well, I can
copy them.
I've got 2 books now.
I mean, there was a wizard on that ship, and I'm sure if you poked around, you could find some components for that.
So what?
What about luxury? Well, I suppose halfling-sized stuff isn't really on their ship, but I'm just saying any sort of like made articles of clothing that are quite luxurious, because I do have dinner with the mayor tonight.
Ooh, there were some very nice boots that will not fit you.
and that's exactly it. There weren't any halflings on the ship, so anything that is on there were a couple of nice things, like the wizard had a nice robe in his room, but they will all be enormous on you.
I thought Veith took the boots and threw them overboard for some weird reason.
I tried to throw the captain overboard.
Oh, not the boots? I thought you took the boots, though, and you're just like, I'm going to not wear these, and then threw them away.
No,
they're still in there.
Okay.
Just left them.
One thing I would look for, specially marked sticks, bones, or similar tokens worth at least 25 gold pieces.
What?
Are you looking to cast augury or something similar?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So what were the...
So Margaret doesn't have anything like that, but she thinks that Samthel might, if you want to go and have a chat with him.
I'm keeping the curse.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Do it. Yeah.
Keep it. Keeping it.
So I'd hike out there if these guys are just doing crazy
we are
nonsense in the
Yeah.
I'm grabbing bedding from the ship and putting that in the bag.
Isn't that
I'm
pretty much all that we do?
Yeah, I'm rummaging around the ship just because.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Ooh.
lot of interesting stuff going on in the ship, and lest we forget, there's a parrot on the ship.
Do we have to feed this stupid thing?
No,
Nah.
you pluck it and bake it.
You're
I'll
not
feed it.
there. Thank God, because I didn't want to hear that, murder turtle.
But I'm not gonna sleep in the room with it. Oh, we're gonna have to leave that with someone. Can we? No one's gonna be responsible enough. Yeah.
Actually,
Can't we just let it go? Just open the door and be like,
I actually
"You're
had
free."
an idea.
What?
Perhaps if we do talk to it, it will say important mysteries or secrets that the captain was telling it.
That's a genius idea. You should do that.
Oh no.
Oh well, since you have to go talk to Thamthel.
Yeah.
Thamthel?
Thamthel. Oh, I could try talking with the parrot in your stead. Unless you wish for me to be you to be there to speak with said parrot.
So you will go to Samthel, and I will speak to the parrot.
Oh no, reverse, because there's nothing I need to do at Thamthel.
Okay. You talk to the parrot and have fun with that.
Okay.
Why don't you take the parrot to Thamthel's? Because I bet you he can probably talk to parrots. Because he's a druid.
Okay, I guess reptile bros, am I right? I'll go grab the parrot.
Yeah, grab the parrot.
Let's go.
All right, so you guys are heading back to the ship to talk to the parrot?
Oh, we're gonna grab the parrot and then take it to Thamthel.
Okay.
And talk to it on the way.
Yes.
Nick, I just dropped the spells in the Roll20 chat.
I see him. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so we'll go ahead and follow the lizard bros for a little bit here then.
Good.
Correction, that is reptile bros.
Excuse
My friend
me,
here is
reptile.
not a lizard.
Pardon me, reptile bros. So you guys make your way out to, and again, it takes about an hour to get out to Samthel's place. How are you carrying this parrot? It was in a cage in the ship. Do you want to keep it in the cage? What do you want to do?
Keep it in the cage.
Okay. Pieces of 8.
Pieces of 8 what?
Knock, knock.
So you get out there and you knock on the leg again. That's a word, sure. On the bottom support, and there's a moment of silence and then rustling, and then you see Clive, the puppy, stick its head out over and bark at you.
Hello, Clive.
Hello there, small morsel.
And Samthel comes out a moment afterward and looks down at you all and goes, you're back. Well, what brings you all the way out here?
He needs some sticks, and we need to talk to a parrot.
Those are two very disconnected things. I hope you know that.
Well, they are disconnected. A parrot is not a stick, and a stick is not a parrot.
Very perceptive of you.
I am quite. It's 15.
And he's gonna push the rope ladder down so you guys can climb it. Who's carrying the parrot cage?
I can carry it in my jaw. Arr.
Okay. So I was wondering who would have to make an athletics check, but neither of you do if you're carrying it in your mouth and you're using both hands.
Arr.
Arr.
All right. Well, so, I am looking to cast a spell, and I need to acquire some of the components for it. I need specialty marked sticks and stones to cast the augury spell.
Ah, looking to talk to your god. Well, you're in luck, friend. And he scurries over to a positively filthy corner and goes digging for a little bit. And Clive comes in and helps him just like dig with little puppy paws.
Buried the sticks.
And after a moment or two, he lets out a little noise of triumph and comes out carrying. This is a very dirty leather bag, but it's sturdy. It's well made. And he brings it back to you and hands it over and says, "Now, I communicate with my god as well, and I used to use these sorts of things, but now I can talk more direct, more one-on-one type of thing. So take them, and I hope they serve you well." And inside of this leather bag is a set of rune stones.
Excellent.
And I mean, they are nice rune stones. These are stones that someone took a lot of effort to particularly carve out.
Excellent. I give him 25 gold pieces.
Ah, very kind of you. Thank you. And he takes those and puts them somewhere in his absolutely filthy clothing.
Nice. Well, and then our other reason for coming here is this parrot lived on a ship with some smugglers, and we were hoping that maybe you could talk to it and maybe get some more information about what they were up to.
It's not really in my skill set, I'm afraid. That's more of a, I talk to gods, not animals. Except Clive, because, Clive is basically human.
Hey, Clive, do you know anything about lizard folk in the area?
He sits up and begs.
I grab a leaf.
He grabs it
down towards it.
And he jumps up and grabs it from you. Chews it for a second, looks very confused, and then runs across the room, shaking it like a chew toy.
That looks fun.
It does. It does. I too have taken a slab of meat, just put it in my mouth and go, "Arr!" Yeah. Like, pretty fun. You should try it sometime. Not with me, for you, but I guess for a leaf. Put a leaf in your mouth and just go. Arr.
Very well. Yes. Well, I guess since we're here, our halfling friend who was not here seems to have acquired a cursed item, a cursed luck stone. And I don't know if you would have any scrolls of remove curse around or anything.
I don't have any scrolls of that variety. Let me think about that a moment. Calculating. No, I don't have anything like that here. But if she wants the curse taken off, she can come visit. I can take that off, no problem.
I think she likes having it.
I think it's a power thing.
She likes being cursed?
I think she likes proving that she can operate in this world with a curse. She's doing quite well right now.
I would say you travel with interesting folk, but y'all are kind of interesting folk yourselves.
Oh,
Reptile bros.
Reptile bros.
Reptile bros.
If I remember, perhaps I can do this the next time we meet. Me and Emma. In a few weeks, Monday.
Well, I'm not going anywhere, so you're more than welcome.
All right.
Very well. Thank you.
Cool. See ya.
Oh, by the way, there's the lizard folk. Apparently, they're arming up for some sort of war.
Some kind of war.
Not me.
Not this one. No.
Any notion who it's a war with?
Well, that's what we're going to go figure out.
Well, if you want advice from one old cleric to one young one, tact might be your best weapon. Going and swinging, you find out real fast that everyone you swing at becomes an enemy.
Oh, yeah, that's actually quite true.
So, just as a word of advice, maybe consider talking before hitting.
Very well. Thank you. That is very, very thorough advice.
No, you're quite welcome. Glad to help.
Thank you so much. In the meantime, we're going to continue interrogating this parrot. So...
Well, if you want to stop off for a little bit here, I still have some of Margaret's mead if you want a glass.
Yes. Does the parrot say anything other than pieces of 8?
Pieces of 8. No, that's all it says.
Pieces of 8 pie. Pieces of 8 cookies. Pieces of 8 parrots.
Lizard folk.
Of 8 myrtle turtles.
I reckon it's probably talking about money.
Pieces of 8 money.
I give it 8 gold pieces.
This parrot picks up one of them in its beak and another one in a claw and like tings them together. Ting, 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 and then drops them.
That was a pretty good rhythm.
We should remember that. It might be code.
Ting, 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 ting.
Crap.
I give the money back to it. Does do the same thing.
Ting, 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 ting.
Oh, there's multiple. Ting, 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 ting. All right. So we got 2 of them. Excellent. I think we're making progress on this one. I think the boss would be proud.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to do with Samthel before heading back?
Nope.
All right. So you make your way back to the town. It's starting to get toward evening, toward dinner time, about-ish. And Emma has dinner with the mayor. If anyone else would like to join, the invitation was open to everyone.
I will go to where the food is.
Correct answer.
Certainly food.
Food. Food is good. All right. So you all make your way into the tavern, and you find a pretty nice little table in the corner, and you're there for a couple of minutes before Marcus comes and joins you at the table, sitting down with a great big sigh of relief and being like, "Wow, you were certainly entertaining for all them kiddies out there, weren't you?" Looking at
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, which one of us?
Right.
Yes. your lizard friend, Vith, is it?
Oh yes.
Pleasure.
Yes,
Pleasure.
Oh, pleasure to meet you as well. I am glad that the children enjoyed the music.
Yeah, any kind of music around here is a treat.
Like puppies. Puppies are a treat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, oh my.
I have a feeling you're using a different version of the word treat there, friend.
So if conversation gets boring, I'm just going to start regaling him about all of my dumb plans to make the haunted house.
All right.
And then, Bilber, if you could show him some, like, illusionary, like, just show off a little bit. Yeah.
Wait till after
all the food is covered with maggots.
Yeah, he drops his chicken leg and just goes, "Oh, okay.
That's what we're looking for."
Well, that was disgusting. That's very well done.
Been practicing.
So I could see. That's fantastic. So you're planning to turn the place into a haunted house with this sort of thing. That's very interesting. I can't imagine what kind of a crowd you think you're going to get way out here. But, maybe it'll be a tourist destination. That would be interesting. Yep. I mean, we're fairly close. We're close to Neverwinter and Waterdeep.
I'm pretty sure the boss has a full expansion plan.
Yeah.
Boss.
That includes lodging, another place where you can get a tavern, perhaps a golf course, for the sporting types.
Saltmarsh will become a one-stop destination. It will be on the map of the Sword Coast.
Yeah, so you should think about your branding for your town, because there's going to need to be, I was going to say keychains, but what would be the equivalent? You're going to need to sell tchotchkes, sir. You are going to have to set up a market and have tchotchke vendors.
Festival after festival.
Well, we could probably put Margaret in charge of that sort of thing. She makes those pretty crystal necklaces. So that could be interesting. I mean, of course, anything to revitalize the economy out here. Everything's a little bit quiet in Saltmarsh, but I can't imagine quiet lasts very long around you lot.
I mean, I hear that the entire Sword Coast right now is pretty much the economy isn't really moving that greatly. Everybody's kind of, a little bit slow, almost shut in, one would say.
So something to revitalize it, to bring it to life. It would just be a treat.
Oh, like puppies.
Puppies are always
a treat.
That's wonderful. All right, so we should probably talk about this expedition that you're looking to go on with the lizard folk, yeah?
Correct. In fact, I had a couple questions, and I'm sure my compatriots have questions as well.
Has anyone told Oceanus?
He's just chilling in the boat, right? I'm assuming he's just like, we told him we'd help him yesterday or whatever, and then he went to bed. I don't know.
Yeah, he's so when you went onto the ship, you saw him hanging out up in the crow's nest. He is very happy to not be confined into a 4x4 area. So he's very pleased to be out and about. But if you guys want him to be part of the conversation, you can certainly go and grab him.
Sure. Let's bring him along.
All right. So,
either me or Mitch can speak his language. Mitch, you want to continue eating, or you want to grab Oceanus? I mean, I can go do it. I can head over right now, or.
That's you. Can you hear anything?
I will head down to the ship, and I shall return with Oceanus.
Did you just say shall return?
He did. I love it. All right, so it's a pretty quick little trip to the ship, and you look up, and Oceanus is hanging out up in the crow's nest, just breathing in the free air again.
And so, before I even I'm not going to go on the ship. I'm just going to call from the docks. Hey, Oceanus.
He's going to stand up and look over.
If you want to come to the tavern, we're discussing what our next plans are. If you're interested in that.
Absolutely. I assume you're talking about everything with the lizard folk and everything that's going on with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll be right there. And he climbs down the mast. There are words. I know there are words. They're just difficult to do.
Drink more.
Puts his knife in the sail and slides down.
I mean, he
casts
wouldn't.
mending on his way down.
He wouldn't hurt a perfectly good sail. He does do a pretty good athletics check to get down, and comes over to you, smiling. I mean, he was very pale when you guys found him because he'd been in captivity for he wasn't quite sure how long. But he's definitely looking a lot better now that he's out in the free air.
Very well. Let's get this plans underway because we're leaving tomorrow, I believe.
All right. Yeah. I can't imagine we want to dally on this. So let's go.
Exactly. There's a lot of nothing happening around here.
It's almost like I expected this.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you two make your way back to the tavern and sit down, the five of you, with the mayor. And you start to do. I mean, once Oceana sits down, I'm going to assume you don't have to say that you are doing so, but one of the two of you who speaks a language that he speaks can be translating for him.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take turns.
There you go. So, all right, I think we are all assembled here. Miss Emma, you said you had some questions?
I was just curious if you had ever traded with the lizard folk in that area, and if you had a contact, perhaps? Or anybody in the town who's traded with the lizard folk?
We don't really have much to do with the lizard folk down there, but I'm familiar with them. I mean, they're a little bit of the ways down the coast, and we don't interact with them all that often, but their fisher folk and our fisher folk sometimes run into each other, and we're reasonably amenable. No, there's no immediate conflict between. I mean, we watch each other warily, and we're all after the same thing, so, you know, we are polite but distant, I think, is the best way to put it.
Mm-hmm. Mitch, do you have any questions? Bilber?
Nope. What is happening?
No, relations seem fine. They just seem to have problems with the sea elves for some reason. Does Oceanus? I don't remember exactly. Did he know why?
No, so you ask him about that, and he says he's not quite sure why there were problems between them. There were little skirmishes that sometimes erupted into like all out brawls, but it was never like an outright war. So when they found out that the lizard folk were arming themselves, they wanted to know why, because they wanted to make sure that they weren't in the same thing as what the mayor said. They want to make sure that they're not the target or that they're not in the way.
So we actually don't know who the target is right now, just that they might be becoming more aggressive and that they're arming.
Maybe we should go have a talk.
Which is concerning, but I mean, we certainly don't want to go in just gung-ho and stabbing in all directions, right?
Burning the village down, yeah.
Exactly.
That's the second person that has told me not to go in and start killing people.
Who was the first?
Sam fell.
Okay. I was like, because that was not me.
I mean, certainly if you go in there and you find out they're arming against Saltmarsh or somewhere like that, I mean, preemptive self-defense is certainly a thing.
Magic missile's a thing too.
Well, it's a good thing that we have an eloquent and humorous lizard folk here to help with negotiations.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to help you quite a lot to have one of their kind there to talk to them.
Oh, you said humorous. I find that funny.
You were telling jokes?
I've been trying to learn more of the you soft ones' ways. It is you seem to make jokes quite often.
So yes, I would take it as a great favor if you five would go and find out what's going on, find out if this is something that we need to be concerned about, if we need to deal with a problem, and call in support from Waterdeep or Neverwinter to deal with a problem, or if they're dealing with something else.
And who was the? Have you visited that area before? Have you made contact with them before? Have you talked to their mayor, perhaps?
Not really, but I'm given to understand, and your friend Vith would be able to confirm better than I could. They're ruled not like a mayor, but more like a tribal leader or a king, perhaps.
Yes, it's more of a. Oh gosh, I can't words right now.
I understand.
The common word is more, yes, like a king. A chieftain is what rules over them. So
then, Vith, what would be an appropriate, I don't know, gift or something to trade if we went to visit?
oh well, yeah, I mean
cigarettes and brandy.
Cigarettes and brandy,
perhaps.
Bacon.
A puppy is great. Those are great treats.
Nope. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, it depends on the development of their society. If they are of a small village, then goods and supplies are always in demand. If they are of a more developed society, then they may request, as they probably were, looking for weapons and things. It is very much a rule of the strong when it comes to lizard folk. Whoever is strongest leads.
Perhaps a cask of ale.
I was thinking a drinking contest.
Yeah.
I was thinking slabs of bacon.
Oh, we always appreciate bacon.
These are all great thoughts.
It sounds like we can, if we don't find them, we will just be able to enjoy all of this ourselves. So it is a win-win situation.
A win-win-win.
Does that mean, Bilber, that we need to pack more brandy and more bacon?
I don't want to burst the bag. Some of this we may need to carry.
Well, and I did secure a fishing vessel for you. One of our folks, Bridget, is going to be taking you down.
And what's the plan? Where are we going?
Yeah, what's the name of the place?
Do they live in a swamp?
So, and Marcus pulls out the maps and lays them out again, and you guys can refer to the map on Roll20 to see a little bit of what I'm talking about. So, based on what we're seeing here, there is an area that has a fair amount of marshland. Are you going to do it? No, you're not, are you? All right. Do the thing. There we go. So this sort of area is marsh. So it's a very marshy area, and it's one of the reasons why we haven't made much in the way of contact, because it's difficult to get there by land, and by sea, landing is a little bit difficult. But we think that you should be able to land in this area over here, and if you land over there and have Vith lead and call out, you should be able to get in, we think, without much in the way of trouble.
Call ahead.
Oh.
This is one of those moments where it's like, who the hell still has a landline? I'll be right back.
Well, hey everybody.
Hello.
I'm thinking we how do you do the pointer thing? Why how do do you do the pointer thing?
Just
night
hold
raid
and
at the
click.
butcher shop.
Yes.
We're all thinking the same thing, right?
So we're gonna go here, then we're gonna climb this mountain for no reason.
Climb every mountain.
Wait, Marcus, where exactly is the do you know where Oceanus, where do you know where within these maps which one it is? Is it a D, a C, a B?
Is it an 8?
So
A?
if I'm looking at these, I can center a little bit of what my people have seen as well. I hate to disagree, of course, with the learned mayor, but I think we should be able to land in this area here and approach this entrance.
Wait, they live in this mountain?
I mean, it seems likely, or it was a meeting place of some variety.
Oh,
there seems to be trails listed on this map.
Well, around the Dunwater River, there are paths through the marshes. They are difficult, but they are passable.
Do we have to go from B to D, or can we land on the coast?
We should be able to land fairly close to D.
So landing up further north.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, but that puts us close to the entrance. Do we know if that's occupied or guarded?
I mean, it seems likely if they're, of course, I don't know any of this, right? But if I were preparing for some sort of a skirmish, I would have every entrance guarded.
And we're going to go into this diplomatically, where I will speak with them?
Yes, please.
I suppose.
Okay. Well then, does that handle this portion of the meeting?
Meeting adjourned.
Well, not dessert.
Well, yes, we're going to continue eating and having a grand old time. Thank you very much,
And
Marcus,
after dinner
for
drinks.
paying. Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you guys would like to discuss with Marcus before, I imagine, retiring for the night?
No, but I think the only other concern I have is what do we do with Oceanus? Before, obviously you guys don't translate this until we come up with something decent, but what do we do with Oceanus? Because obviously him coming with us, we either have to disguise him or he needs to stay on the boat.
Does anyone have a disguise kit?
I don't think so.
Is there anywhere to buy a disguise kit?
You think that Margaret might have something like that. She's resourceful, I think is the word I want there.
Yeah, well, maybe when we get the cookies tomorrow.
Yeah. Then tonight I'll go through all the clothing on the pirate ship and get that together. And then tomorrow morning we'll get a disguise kit.
Yep.
Maybe we disguise him like the captain of that ship.
No, because what happens if they've met the captain and done negotiated with the captain? I don't want to, you know what I mean? When we disguise him with pirate clothes, let's make it look all mismatched. So it's not like, oh, that was the wizard's clothes, or oh, I recognize that pendant or that hat. Let's make it a little more nondescript.
Yeah, I was thinking a common sailor. Yeah, yeah.
The white hat. The
white pants.
Yep.
White
necker
glove.
Sash.
Just a singular white glove on the left hand.
As you do. All right, so do you guys want to talk to Oceanus about all of this?
Yes. My friend, we are going to go to the lizard folk place, and it would be best if you wore clothes that were not your clothes.
And the ears.
And the ears are a big giveaway, and the skin color a bit.
So you're suggesting that I disguise myself to go with you?
Oh, sorry, you cut out there. What?
You're suggesting that I disguise myself to go with you?
Yes. So we'll do the application of the what's a good word for makeup in Elvish? The paints on your face. We will apply that. And then you just have to wear the clothes of the sailor people that we have halfly slaughtered. The other half was alive.
I suppose if this is the best way for me to get in and get information, that was my mandate from my tribe. So if that's the best way, then I'll do it.
Good. Aha. And I turn to the folks. Elvish. Hard language, especially with all these teeth.
So he's agreed to the tattoos.
Oh my lord.
The face tattoos.
Yes.
I'm sorry, tattoos?
He has to look like a smuggler. He's rough and...
Oh, okay. I had a cousin once. His name was Most Palone. He also had quite a few tattoos on his face.
I think I've met him before. Didn't we play dice at some? I think I might have met him. I think we played dice at a bar.
Yes, he did come down to Waterdeep once to say hi. It
Yeah.
was, what was that? I think I think it had a canine type thing. It was like the Wolfie regulars. I can't
I don't know.
quite remember. But yes, it was a nice bar in Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm. Comments, Mitch? Comments, Murder Turtle? Yeah.
I've checked out.
Okay, great.
So I'm gonna go
All right.
to sleep in the ship, maybe.
All right. So you guys are going to go your various ways to take a long rest. And as we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and go to break.
Cookies.
Hashtag chaos.
Hashtag chaos.
For a chance to win a Nord Games luck deck or critical hit deck of your choice, because we're streaming via webcams. That's it.
James is messing up all of the bandwidth by doing what he's doing right now. His entire neighborhood is there. The internet is out in his neighborhood because it's so much of this that they can't handle it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So thank you guys so much for joining us for this part. Stick around after the break and get hashtag chaos in there for your chance to win the luck deck like we're using on this show and every show that we do for our D&D shows. And
hashtag chaos.
Yes, that. And we'll see you guys when we get back from the break.
Bye.
See ya.
Yes. Bye.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Sinister Secrets of Saltmarsh, or as we have been doing lately, a whole lot of town roleplay and some music.
Yeah, it's been great.
I've been having a lot of fun with it. I don't know about you guys. So welcome back, and congratulations to Insaniac Prime 01 for winning the deck while we were on break. Congratulations. And I think that Thomas or Amy has whispered you or will whisper you shortly to get information from you to get that deck into your hands so you can use it to terrorize your players or, you know, give it to your DM to terrorize you. Can't imagine why.
Whisper,
Don't do it.
Done,
Whisper.
done, and done.
Fantastic. I love it. All right. So, is there anything that we need to know coming back in?
Again, I forgot what is happening. Can we identify the 4 gems somehow?
That is the sort of thing that you would need to take to a jeweler, and
Okay.
Saltmarsh is a little bit too small to have its own jeweler. So, yeah, not so much.
Don't
Nope,
worry,
I
boss.
should go to bed. Thank you.
All right.
Get
So
it next time.
I know. I should go to bed since I'm feeling murdery.
murder.
Turtly.
So you guys all head to bed for a long rest, and do you want to leave fairly early in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sure. I mean, I don't know. Are the lizard folk early people? Is it better to arrive early, late, mid-morning?
You have a lizard person there.
Well, again, it is probably a not as developed place as a city, so people's sleep schedules are more tuned to the cycle of the sun and moon.
So
Okay,
probably
daytime.
morning people.
And plus, the fish are more out before the sun rises.
All
Nice.
right.
So we're getting cookies.
Yes, cookies first thing in the morning.
Cookies
Let's
and
get
that
outta here.
and that disguise kit.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Wait, how early are we waking up?
Early
I
enough
mean-
for cookies.
I mean, I'm hearing 7.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
When the parrot crows or whatever the parrot does to wake me up in the morning.
Pieces of 8. Pieces of
Oh.
8.
Speaking of annoying noises, Urban Mask just sent 500 bits with a message from Dalhead. Don't
Oh.
die, players.
By the way, Dalid, you and Ung, just to give you a small update, you guys are now living at the haunted house that we're about to depart from. And your actual job responsibility is, well, actually, your job responsibility is you be you, do your thing. Ung needs to actually take care of you in the house. So he needs to like mop and sweep and feed you and keep everything clean and not talk back to you. And so you need to enforce that. You need to tell him that you are in charge here and that he needs to take care of this place. That's what I'm entrusting to you.
He says, got it.
No,
Don't blow the place
no.
up.
No, this is our money-making scheme. We are going to open a haunted house. It's going to be amazing, and don't blow it up.
We're going to turn it also into a country club for the rich and exclusive.
Yeah, I don't care about the other things you're talking about after 11, before 11. I don't care. Just don't blow it up.
And there's going to be a buffet. Don't forget the buffet.
Yeah, I was about to say, if those things after 11 are happening, there needs to be a buffet.
Oh yes, strip clubs of Waterdeep. They have very good exotic dance clubs. The meatballs, again, great for the value.
Well, and speaking of value, sliding in there, Andrea of the Burbs sends 500 bits to me for a wickedly amazing Wednesday. So that's 5 inspiration to me.
Nope.
You guys have like 12. Don't even with me.
Yeah, I know.
We need to get this some lizard folk killing. We're just going to kill Vip. if
Kill,
not, we
kill,
don't
kill,
get
kill,
there.
kill. Yeah, I was about to say we were.
Kill Vip?
Just pilot a flaming ship right into their village. Just up on the shore, just with as much speed as we can. Take them all out. Filled with
Trebuchet.
explosives. What? Ooh.
No, a trebuchet that launches from the
From a
ship.
small fishing dinghy.
You don't have
Okay.
a ship that can. That's a hell of a trade-in.
You're being ferried there.
and dropped off.
All right, fine. Let's go to bed and get the stupid disguise and the cookies. Let's go.
All right, so you guys wake up the following morning. It's about 7:00 in the morning when the sun is starting to come up, and the town is starting to wake up around you. And when you go to the general store, Margaret has just this large basket of cookies ready for you.
Has the basket got a lid so I take the whole basket and put it in there? Or am I responsible to put the cookies in one at a time and just fish them out individually?
No, it has a lid on it, and she's like, the basket's yours too.
Thank you. This is very precious. I'm sure we'll find something else. Baskets. Don't you put things in baskets?
Cobras.
Picnics.
That's it. Picnics. I like
Body
picnics.
parts.
Anything that you want to carry at an SCA event. It's a great purse.
Are there any disguise
And
kits? No, we want disguise kits.
I was going to get some toilet
And
paper.
soap. Soap is most useful.
You don't see any disguise kits sitting out, but there is soap laying around, and if you ask Margaret about it,
I'm asking.
question mark. Okay. She goes, oh well, it's not really the sort of thing that we usually carry around here, because I mean, who needs to disguise people? But
Except for haunted houses where you have to have people in disguises.
Mm-hmm.
Wink, wink.
But I do.
I say wink, wink out loud.
You actually say wink. Yes, Aaron lives on here with us. Well, I do have a kit left over from the Harvest Festival. It's a little bit older, but it should do everything that you need it to.
Excellent. How much?
How much is a disguise kit? Like 5 gold?
How much for these bars of soap?
You should know this.
Oh, those are 2 copper.
I paid for the cookies. You're up.
I will pay for the soap and the disguise kit. You can tell me later how much it was if you don't want to have to worry about looking stuff up.
It's 25 GP. I just pulled it up.
Okay.
That's a lot.
25 GP.
I mean, it does a lot.
5 bars of soap at 1 silver.
There you go.
Wait. This disguise kit, if it's being sold at market value but has already been used, is there a depreciation value on it?
10% discount.
It hasn't been used. No one bought it last year.
Oh, okay.
It's leftover, like leftover goods.
Does anybody know how to use it?
That's a great question.
No.
Also, I feel like there's...
You just don't add your proficiency bonus. You would be. You would be the one who would.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. You tell us then. What's a disguise kit?
Oh, you're looking at me. Sorry. When you're looking down like that, I'm like, what are you looking at? Oh, yes. Disguise kit. Yes, usually it's either sleight of hand or performance, whatever Bo is feeling that day.
Got it.
Fair.
No, it's a tool proficiency.
Yeah.
Well, but if you're not proficient in it, I still need to know what you roll.
Yeah, it's like sleight of hand plus your proficiency, since you know how to do the disguise kits.
Right. Probably more performance in my way of thinking about it, but
Or dexterity check. He's done that one too.
Fair enough. All right, so the fishing vessel is waiting for you at the dock, so you guys can load up as soon as you're ready.
All right, and I should probably get to work on Oceanus now. Oh, I didn't ask for a tattoo kit.
We can draw one on.
Are there any nails?
Let's not do the tattoo. That sounds that I would run out of spells by the time you're done with the tattoo.
It's not going to be authentic, but
why can't you just draw one on?
It won't be authentic. It'll smear. Then the jig will be up.
Oh, don't start
the
with
gig will be up. The gig will be up.
The jig will be up.
The jig will be up.
As you do.
All right, onward. Bridget's our sailmaster.
Yes.
Dinghy captain?
she's the fisherman on this particular vessel and the captain of the fishing vessel.
Very well, Captain Fisherman.
Captain Fisherman.
She's a Captain Fisher person. I'm assuming Bridget's identifies as female.
Yes.
Okay.
Fisherwoman.
Trust the Bridget Fisherwoman.
Guidance.
What?
Guidance to help her get out of the harbor.
Yeah, no, she barely blinks as she's just like, get it. I mean, she looks like the sort of person who was born and raised on the ocean, so she knows her way in and out of this harbor, no problem.
She looks like a turtle.
Is this a sail? Is this a sailboat?
Yes, it's a little sailboat.
I am watching. Watching for a little bit, just for the exit because I have work to do, but just observing.
Yeah, and I was going to say that's actually a great idea, Bilber. I'm going to open up the navigation book and see if I can start figuring things out based on what I'm seeing and what's happening.
Okay, so it's going to be about a 3-hour voyage, a 3-hour tour.
Oh, boy.
Down the Sword Coast.
No, it's not.
Oh, we're gonna end up on an island.
God bless it. Who's the professor in this operation?
I don't know, but I'm probably the skipper.
What am I rolling for disguise?
I'm gonna say performance.
And you have guidance, so a D4 to that roll.
Not deception?
No.
Not sleight of hand?
No.
Performance. Gosh.
Oh God, 10. I have to go look at this. 10 plus a D4. You can add that D4.
Well, and do you think Veeth might be able to help fix whatever Bilber? Once we all take a look at it, maybe we can kind of do a little touch up on it.
I mean, he got a 14.
Okay. I don't know if that's good or not.
14's pretty good. So I mean, you can't hide the fact that he's an elf, but
I could tan him up a little bit, make him look more woody elf or something, less coastal.
Exactly. Yeah, you make him look more like his wood elf kin. So he doesn't look like he belongs in this particular area, and he definitely looks a little bit uncomfortable. But he just sort of shrugs and goes with it.
We get him to look like a sailor or something, or whatever clothes we have. That's what he's in now.
Honestly, I think the tattoo is a great idea. That'd probably help immensely.
Oh, wait.
From
I have
here
my hat.
to here.
I take off my hat with the holes in it and I put it on his head. And then I take off the sash and I also tie that around somewhere.
Veeth, you're like naked now.
Where did this go? And who's this?
I'm not naked. I mean, I am naked, but you saw me like this 2 days ago.
Yeah, but you barely wear clothes to begin with, and now you're taking off your hat and your sash. All you have is your bandoliers and your axes left. Honestly,
Yes.
how are your axes staying up now that you've taken your sash off?
Well, no, they're like on the bandoliers. There's little leather loops, and there's a big leather or a nice hook for my great axe in the back, so I can just go boop, boop,
Okay.
boop, 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 boop,
Easy.
boop, boop, boop.
He's incredibly proficient at that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has a lot of practice.
Boop, 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 boop.
All right, so I mean, this disguise looks pretty good. You would have to like soak him in water in order to like figure out that he's not a wood elf.
Well, I got all the soap.
You got all the soap in Saltmarsh, yes. No, dude.
All the toilet paper.
There have definitely been jokes on that line around the chat.
That's what we forgot.
The toilet paper.
We forgot
This is
toilet
going
paper
to be
for
a rough
voyage.
adventure.
You just hang.
We're
Just
gonna
hang it over
have
the
to use
side.
Foil.
Just
We'll just have to use foliage.
use the ocean bidet.
But that attracts
Yeah,
sharks.
I was supposed to say, not only that, Murder Turtle brought a bunch of foliage that we could just use his food. That'll be fine as our toilet paper.
Oh yes, the lettuce. it's the lettuce is ridged and all. It's very scoopable.
Yep, it's got a nice big leaf surface area kind of thing. I mean, I only need like, I don't know, maybe a leaf, not a full leaf of lettuce, but
You're using the spinach leaves?
yeah, exactly. I'm using the spinach leaves. You guys can have regular leaves. Murder kitty.
This is
Cats
one of
like
the
just-
things. This is one of the things about streaming at home. I have 3 cats, and they try to shove everything on the desk over. All right, so the voyage is uneventful for about 3 hours. Emma, you said you wanted to read up on the navigation.
Yep.
Yeah, so you definitely get. I recognize what I'm saying as I'm saying this, but roll me an intelligence check.
Yeah. Which character is this? Hold on.
Yeah, right.
Come on. Oh, come on.
I will vote for a reroll
That's
on that number.
That's a 5, and with my intelligence check, it makes a 9. So obviously, I'm barely reading.
Need her to get this, so...
we have a few. Let's use them. Sure.
Okay. 19. So 19, that's 23.
Nice. Yeah, you are able to like trace the sea currents that Bridget is using along with the wind in order to get you down the 10 miles into the area where the lizard folk are.
Okay, so I would be able at least to get us back if something happened to Bridget.
Exactly.
Or we stole another ship, or stuff like that. That
or
usually
you
happens.
stole another ship, sure. If that unlikely event happened, yes.
Like yesterday.
Yeah, there's that. All right, so you guys arrive.
I want to...
Flip it
probably
back
not
over to the
important,
map.
but as we come in, I want to see how a ship is supposed to arrive towards a destination, not what we did.
It's not
Just
gonna be
taking
awesome.
notes.
So, for what it's worth, there isn't like a dock here. So, Bridget isn't able to get all the way up to the shore, but she is able to get close enough that you guys can jump overboard and wade up to the shore. So she basically like drops anchor a little ways off of the shore and just like waits.
If you guys want, you can stay dry by riding on my shell. Probably one at a time, though, so I'll have to ferry you back and forth.
I just jump. I'm like, me first.
I can also swim, so Bilber, if you would like.
Take one
Yeah, I
of
was
the
gonna say-
casks.
Can't you take me and Bilber at the same time?
Well, we have some supplies that we need to take with us too.
It's in the bag of holding.
Not everything.
Yeah, we couldn't fit
'Cause
one of their
we brought
casks of
extra-
brandy in there. Why
I'm
don't
gonna
we leave
paddle.
that?
I'm gonna paddle out with one of the casks towards the shore.
Just
gonna
like,
paddle
like
on
have
the-
it have it under your arm as you're swimming out.
No, ride it.
Oh yeah, you're small. All right, so you guys get up to shore without incident, and Thomas, if you want to switch over to the map. So you guys have arrived here. If y'all are looking at the map.
Mm-hmm.
So you've arrived here, and looking around, there's a lot of marshland along in here. I'm trying not to move this thing because it's really easy to do. But yeah, there's a lot of marsh in here, and then the area climbs a fairly significant, it's a fairly steep slope up. So if you're looking at the map, it goes from sea level to 80 feet up, and it's in a very small area. So it's a pretty steep climb if you're climbing up it. Someone make me a survival check, please.
Oh, I can do that.
Okay, I will help. Can I help?
I was going to say that Vith gets advantage because he knows exactly what he's looking for.
And he should be in front of us.
So that is a 19 plus 5, 24.
All right. You can see what a very orderly set of tracks that lead from about here up to a corner of this particular hill. And it looks like a very well-traveled path that people with feet like yours travel back and forth all the time.
Ah, I see. That is good. They reside this way.
Okay, lead the way.
Leading way.
Yeah, we are here to parlay, right? Have a deliberation.
Yes. We are here
Maybe a
to
vote after.
Yeah. Sorry.
Discuss.
We are here to
Investigate.
discuss with my brothers and sisters and see what is going on. Yes, excellent. Okay. Let us go.
All right. So if you guys want to move your maps up back to that section that you saw earlier with the small the small hollowed out area.
What?
So up toward
I
the
have not seen.
Oh,
Is the one
That's
with the
very
weird
small.
heads?
yes, with the heads just
Oh.
sort of hovering there.
Okay.
okay. Yes, I see it.
All right. So what is the marching order? Vith is first.
Yes.
All right.
Ah, I moved.
Yes, you did. Who is after Vith?
I want to be somewhere in the middle because I feel small and easily picked off.
Yeah, I
don't
feel like
want to
we
be
should.
at the end.
Yeah, we should be number 2 and 3. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
which one.
All right. I'll be behind.
And then Oceanus is in there somewhere.
Oh shoot! I forgot to grab him.
Maybe he should be behind Murder Turtle.
Murder Turtle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, probably. All right. But yes. So you guys, I'm just gonna leave him off of this for the moment because my brain, I forgot to mention to bring him in. So you guys approach the door, and it is there is a stout wooden door up there, and it looks well worked. Like it's not super elaborate. There's no iron bindings on it or anything, but it's a pretty well done door.
Okay, and no one's out in front?
You're in front.
Oh, okay. Do I just knock? Should I knock or?
You certainly can.
You would know better than the rest of us.
All right.
Yeah.
I will knock and yell out in Draconic, brothers and sisters, I am of a different tribe, but I am here to speak with you.
So a moment later, the door opens just a little crack, and you see on the other side another lizard person who like peeks out at you very suspiciously, but you spoke their language, so they're like, "Who are you?"
Oh, my name is.
His webcam is laughing.
My name is Vith. I am of a tribe that I did not name.
Are you talking with a dragon or a lizard puppet, or are you just what is happening?
Shh, let it happen. Just let it happen.
Okay.
Yes, and we have come to speak with you.
What about?
Apparently you were receiving a shipment of weapons, and we want to speak on that accord.
Weapons. Where are weapons?
Boss, switching to common. They want to know where the weapons are.
Didn't we get rid of the weapons? Because we
Plain
don't care about them?
stupidity, ignorance. Don't say. Tell them that we have brandy and bacon
Yeah, I was about to say,
as
what do you
peace
mean?
offerings.
Oh, we
Yeah,
have brandy and bacon, switching into draconic.
And as you guys are discussing, more lizard folk show up, watching over this one shoulder, very suspicious, but also there's another lizard folk standing in front of them talking and they're trying to figure out what in the name of the gods is going on.
Oh,
Me too.
hello, brothers and sisters.
Hi.
Well,
Squeak.
you certainly speak in a very different dialect than I do. This is interesting. We have come with brandy and food.
Food.
Bacon.
And you know about the weapons. You should talk. You need to talk to the lady.
The lady.
The queen.
Oh. Boss. We must speak with...
I just poke you. I'll be like, ask if we can come in. I mean, this is just getting rude.
Awkward.
Yeah.
These are my friends and compatriots, brothers and sisters. Can we come in?
Fine. Yes. But you draw weapons in here? There's a problem.
Oh, we certainly will not do that. Right, compatriots switching into common, we will not draw our weapons.
Absolutely. I've got spells.
Excellent. We will not draw our... Oh, yeah, murder turtle.
I tap Bilber on the shoulder. Do you happen to have any cloth or anything I could wrap my halberd with so they don't see me brandishing it? Because hide it.
There's some bedding in the bag of holding. All the cloth I brought with was for Oceanus' outfit.
Oh my God! You mean we couldn't? You've taken up space in the bag of holding with bedding.
Yes,
we could have gotten that barrel of alcohol in here.
But then what would I sleep on?
Okay, that's gross. You got to get it out of here because I am not going to dig around in the bag of holding to pull out your dirty sheets.
Actually, I have traveler's clothes. Since I don't wear them, I will take the tunic out or the shirt or whatever and wrap it around the top, and then.
Are they traveler's clothes for a man?
It's like human traveler's clothes.
And so I just assume
just the underwear off the top.
I just assume you picked it up off a corpse.
I figured it's like a blood-soaked murder turtle apron that you use to dispose of the bodies.
It is.
Okay,
we are putting away our weapons.
Yeah, and the lizard folk are just watching this whole byplay with curiosity bordering on what the fuck?
If I draw my dagger to cut food, is that a weapon?
Slowly open your dagger. We're just going to cut open the food, yes?
I'll ask for permission first.
Yes. Does any of your your people, my brothers and sisters, do any of you speak common?
No, not us. But the queen does.
Excellent. None of them speak common.
Oh, you're going to do a lot of talking.
Yep.
All right, so go ahead.
Oh, shall we go inside, friends?
There we go.
And as we pass, I'm going to test that theory out by telling the one lizard folk that I think he's super hot and that we should get together and see if he actually acknowledges it.
I mean, he acknowledges that you said something, but his face is covered in just sorry, no comprendo.
Okay. He's not what is wrong with you?
I mean, everyone goes, what's wrong with you? But,
Okay. And then I just, where am I in this line? Oh yeah, I turn to murder turtle and be like, they don't understand what I'm saying.
That's two of us.
By the signaling on his loincloth there, he seems to be single. If you are interested, I could talk to him for you.
Nope, that's okay. I was just testing out the fact that if he was a common speaker or not. Thank you very much. Actually, is he good looking? I don't know. Let's roll for it.
I mean,
go for it.
What's his appearance?
What it?
While you were
what is
looking
his
that up,
appearance?
we were raided. So thank
cool.
you for the raid.
Who raided us?
Sikoftu?
Seiko
Just
for the
spell
win. FTW.
Yes.
We have puppets. And
I forget sometimes that Thomas doesn't speak internet slang.
He doesn't read it. He doesn't type it.
Not at all. So if you enter #chaos into the chat, you could win a Nord Games luck deck or critical hit deck, one of your choice. However, shipping will be delayed due to our Bay Area shelter in place.
Yeah, all of that fun stuff. And it's U.S. and Canada only, excluding Quebec.
Mm-hmm.
Nightbot got there before I did.
I almost did exclamation point Nightbot.
Nightbot's like, I hate
loop
you.
on itself. Inception.
That would be like dividing by 0.
Yes.
All right.
Number.
But it's even.
You know. All right. So 2 of the lizard folk lead you.
Wait, how hot is he?
Yeah, how hot is he? I mean, am I winking at him? Can I wink at him?
You're winking at him. He's pretty good looking. He's definitely very buff and strong. Ooh. And very shiny scales.
Yes, and as you can see, his frill is very adorned.
Yeah, I want the one with the biggest frill.
Yes.
Nothing. Nobody.
I'm ignoring it. I'm ignoring it.
Oh, well,
y'all are on your own.
None of it hangs. Remember, it all kind of just tucks away and.
Yeah, it's a girthy frill.
Okay, let's
All right, so 2 of the lizard folk lead you guys down the passages into the actual caverns, the lair, the area of it. You know, call it what you want. Lair sounds a little bit ominous, but you know, you're definitely like taking it all in. It is humid and a bit musty in here. Vith, you're right at home. This is the sort of environment that is set up for you.
Oh yes. Oh, it's been a while.
But everyone else is a little bit too warm at this point. And you guys are going to continue along. You know, I spent most of the day setting this map up with the assumption that you guys would be chaotic.
Well, I was about to ask, how flammable does this place look? Just out of curiosity.
Very much not. It is cut out of the stone. And while there are like wooden doors and stuff, things in it would burn, but the place wouldn't burn.
We got a problem.
So, do we need to see all of this, or are we just kind of getting?
Just kind of getting. You don't have to see it.
Okay.
So they lead you through several corridors, and the corridors branch off into other areas. Into other areas where you can hear movement and low conversation. If you really wanted to like pay attention, you could probably pick up bits of the conversation that's going on. Vith.
I guess like what general pickups am I hearing?
In general, like you can hear very faintly hatchlings. You can hear small children around. And in general, you know, there's an air of this is their home, and this is, you know, the place where they're most comfortable. So there's chatter. You can hear dishes clinking somewhere. Someone might be setting a table elsewhere. And as you get closer to where the lizard folk are leading you, you can hear like, you know, those sounds when weapons are hitting like practice dummies.
Mm-hmm.
That's that sound.
Are we there yet?
Is it dark in here?
Does it smell bad?
It is dark. Do lizard folk have dark vision, Viv?
No, they do not.
Okay, then there are lamps and torches around the area, and interestingly, you notice some of the torches don't have flames; they have magical continual flame.
Let's see who this person is.
You mean the queen?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so the door swings open in front of you, leading into a large open area featuring 6 floor-to-ceiling pillars that demarcate a central area bare of furniture. In this central area, the earth floor has been packed closer than elsewhere, as if by the passage of many feet. Several wooden benches stand near the north and south walls. A large mattress has been fixed to the center of the east wall. Attached to it is a large target dummy with the head of a fish-like creature atop it. Several lizard folk are practicing combat against one another or throwing javelins at the dummy. A powerfully built and tall lizard folk female stands with several of the heavily armored warriors. She observes the training through narrowed eyes. Another lizard folk stands near the leader, dressed in a kelp-colored robe and holding a large polished tooth.
Oh. The big one is definitely the leader. Yes.
So I pass up the thing of brandy, like a small cask of brandy or whatever.
And FYI, each square is 10 feet.
Oh.
Okay.
Whoa.
That's a big room.
Yeah, it's a really big
Small.
room, and the characters are not to scale. This is more to give you an idea of what's going on in there.
Got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh.
So I pass up the bacon, some bacon and some brandy as a welcome gift.
Oh, yes. Hello, your leader.
I mean, you would know the appropriate form of address for
Yes,
someone who would be a leader of your clan, even.
Yes. Hello, chieftain.
All
I say
right.
Draconic.
And she turns and she looks at you with her eyes narrowed and her arms crossed over her chest, and she looks at you, looks at the lizard folk warriors who brought you here, and then looks behind you at your friends and says in common, "Well, interesting group we have here."
Thank you for switching into common, so that way my compatriots here can speak with you as well. We come with gifts, as I hold out the bacon and brandy.
The essential bees.
Yes, maybe.
It's
beans!
and beans. Yes, excellent. All right, so she's going to look around at the majority of the warriors and give them a little nod to dismiss them, because they were definitely looking at you guys with their weapons drawn, going, "Do we kill them? Do we deal with this?" And she looks at them and just like nods and waves at the door that is to the south down here to say, "I got this. Go on." So the majority of them leave.
Here are gifts for you to receive at your choosing.
You may approach. They will not attack you.
Okay.
Yay!
Run over, lay them down.
So,
Can we ask you a question?
if you like, small one.
We've heard that you're collecting weapons and that there have been skirmishes in the area, and the local town Saltmarsh sent us to ask what's going on and if they are in any danger.
Not unless they get in our way.
Okay. I guess, yes, we were sent here by the people of Saltmarsh. I am not of Saltmarsh, but I am representing them in this conversation. Is this preparation, who is it aimed towards, if I may ask? We are simply ensuring that the parties that are involved are not within a cross range of one another.
She looks at you and kind of considers for a moment, then nods and points over at the practice dummy that was being used. The one with the head of the fish-like creature on it. And
Do
I was about to say,
recognize them? Especially someone who speaks Aquan, maybe?
Possibly. Roll me a history check.
Do it.
Well, we could also ask
Not bad.
Oceanus if he recognizes what that is.
Let's not, because it'll bust his cover.
13.
Seriously, can I add a 6 to that, guys?
Yeah.
Go for it.
17.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm madding you. Uh-oh, where
Alright.
did James go? There he is.
Sherlock. So you look at the head of this creature and you recognize it immediately as a Sogwin, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong.
That's pretty good.
It's
Sogwin?
canon now. If it's wrong, it's canon.
Well, the other way we pronounce it is ho-ho-ho-ho-ho-one.
You do what now?
What do they call it in Kentucky?
Yeah, so ho-ho-one.
It's a Hochwin. I am dropping a link to the creature in the Roll20 chat.
Mm-hmm.
So you can.
The creature on the cover of the book, Ghosts of Saltmarsh.
Ooh, show me that, because I don't know what you're talking about.
It's the
This one.
thing down in the...
Okay.
Angle it just a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a creature.
I'm having a hard time.
Okay.
This guy.
Perfect. That's nice, yeah.
So my tribe is much further away from the ocean. I'm not familiar with these creatures.
They're called Sogwin, and they are an intense danger to everything in this area.
Why is that?
Because they are voracious hunters and killers and will destroy everything in their path.
Do they cast magic?
No, but they are very strong fighters. They would. The closest creature I think that I could equate them to in the natural world would be a shark.
Mm.
And where do they live?
Wherever they can carve out a space. And right at the moment, they are aiming at my space.
Okay. So, an unrelated question of inquiry is: this is no movement towards, say, sea elves.
No, the sea elves. Here is the situation, brother from another tribe. There are many other aquatic races in this area, and I have been building truces and treaties with all of them to deal with the sanguine problem. And, well, we have, hold on. There's a lot written about this. We have, there is a race called the Coalinth. And next to you guys, Oceanus just like goes rigid as he hears that. The Coalinth are mortal enemies of the sea elves, and they would never, ever work together in an alliance. So I decided between the two of them, the Coalinth were stronger, better allies. The sea elves have nothing to fear from me. They just need to stay out of the way, because the crossfire of this could be dangerous.
Well, thank you for indulging my curiosity of no consequence.
Ooh, but I'm curious, and I pull out like a strip of meat from the bag of holding and lay it before my lady. I didn't catch your name.
I am Othakent.
Ooh, that's a name.
Yeah, it's Othokent.
Okay.
Othakent.
And Madam Lady Othakent, what's Queen? Is that the proper term?
Close enough in common, yes.
Where are the Sagwin? Where are the Sagwin now? Like, can you let us, like, where do they reside? Where are they? Where are they on your lands?
Ooh, did you bring your books?
Yeah, I did.
And maps?
Yep, all that stuff. And so I lay it out, and I'm just like, kind of give me the lay of where they came from. Where are they encroaching on your property?
Sure. So she looks at the maps and kind of considers them for a moment and says, the custom of turning living landmarks into scratches on paper is always curious to me. But if I were to, and she like she picks it up and ponders the map for a moment, and then points. About a year ago, my people were driven out of our home in this area by lizard folk, and we are working to reclaim it. This is a temporary establishment while I build relationships with other races to help me in this.
And Mitch McChortle, I'm sorry, yeah, well, you're Mitch McChortle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot for a second. I'm just calling you murder turtle so long by your name. Mitch McChortle, how do your people feel about the Sagwin?
I don't know.
Make it up.
We are mortal enemies of the Sagwin, and I would very much enjoy going on an adventure to kill many Sagwin.
Fantastic. You say so.
Well,
I pat him on the back of the shell.
as some of my friends here have said, we are more than willing to help.
But you stand representing Saltmarsh, yes?
Well, we would have to go back, but I have a good feeling that the folks of Saltmarsh wouldn't want these creatures anywhere near them either.
No, the soft, squishy air breathers, they're vulnerable to these.
They are soft, aren't they? And
very
then
soft.
We are squishy.
I will squish Bilber a little bit on his face.
Plus, it would be bad for business if they ended up towards Saltmarsh.
Yes.
They'd definitely.
One of our businesses, one of our stores it resides in Saltmarsh, so we're trying to reduce the damage to that. That would be, it would definitely be a setback if that were to be attacked.
We did not approach Saltmarsh because, well, air-breathing land creatures, they're interesting enough in their ways, no offense, but they are not terribly useful in a battle that will be underwater for the most part.
Oh.
Nope, I can barely pilot a ship.
That said, though, it may be advantageous if we are able to have allies on the land.
Certainly.
A blockade.
Something along those lines.
Yes. The Sagwin are water-based creatures, I'm assuming, so if we could find a way to bring them on land, I think it would be more advantageous for everyone.
They would They would be sharks out of water.
Yes.
The best place to put sharks, as far as I am concerned.
Too soon, man. Too soon.
Should fly and be on the ship.
Oh, I get what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about Sharknado for a minute. I was like, what?
That's fine too. Maybe if we adventure long enough, I can get the Sharknado spell.
Ooh, that is amazing.
All right. I have a proposition for brother of another tribe and your squishy friends.
Yes.
I, of course, am queen, and my word is absolute. However, there are factions, of course, within my realms. If you wish to have Saltmarsh allied with us, I would recommend I will give you free roam of my home, so that you may speak to people here and begin to turn hearts and minds toward Saltmarsh, because at the moment, a city full of squishy people, collateral damage.
Yes, I'm certain that we can, at the very least, get them out of the way, if that is necessary.
Potentially, yes. But I invite you to walk through my home and speak with my people and build relations with them if you wish to have an alliance.
Oh.
Perhaps Bilber could help us, and I put my hand on his shoulder and ask if he could send a message back to Mayor Marcus to at least get the conversation going.
No.
What? What do you mean, no?
Can't do that. All the way back at. You want me to go back to the boat?
You have to be that close to him?
60 feet.
Oh, you have to be. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Apparently, we're not that high level.
Nope.
There may come a time
when
I can handle such a service.
In the
but
next
after
slide,
you do more adventuring, am I right?
More adventuring is always for the best.
Okay, so maybe we should then write a message and send it back with Bridget. Yes. And then have her return.
I think that would be appropriate. We will be sending a message with our carrier to return to Saltmarsh and come back, so that way the negotiations can begin. Yes? Does that sound agreeable?
That is agreeable. And I will have you, once you have sent the message, speak with my counselor and perhaps some of the shamans. It could be interesting to see your interactions with them.
Ooh. Shamans. Good people. Good fun. Fun people.
Fun is not the word that I would use. They're very
exactly. I'm
intense.
Trying to be jovial in the situation of.
He spent a long time with the soft people.
I was about to say he has a sense of humor, unusual.
I'm trying to, learn from different places together.
That's why he's such a good diplomat.
Fantastic. All right, so what message do you want to write to send back with Bridget?
Oh boy. Who's got the pen and paper?
And I mean, you guys can write as much as you want. It's not like a 25-word dealio.
Oh, that's what we forgot. Paper and toilet paper.
We packed the toilet paper. Mitch, don't you have the paper and the pen?
Of course I do.
Question mark.
I just took starting equipment.
I thought you said that you were going to write it down and that you ransacked the wizard's quarters for something, for the fancy parchment.
I have any parchment?
Yeah.
I mean, yes. I'm going to say that the more scholarly folk among you almost certainly have at the very least a journal.
I have sage.
I have cookies.
Yeah, I've got some paper.
Okay.
Feels wasted on this, but okay.
This is an important diplomatic mission. It is mandatory.
So what are we writing?
Dear Marcus, comma.
Comma? Oh, carry on.
Yep. things have what
The
things have
situation
developed.
has developed.
Yeah, the situation has developed. Yep.
Sogwin
This
attack
isn't
imminent.
This isn't. You can write full
Making
sentences.
Deal with lizard folk.
Do you
I
agree?
can't
Question mark.
Make that into that was completely incoherent. None of that.
Yeah. This isn't a telegram. You can make full
Stop.
sentences.
Well,
Stop.
perhaps we need to elaborate and write very slowly on this message. We can take our time here, deliberating what we're going to say.
Okay.
Should I draft something out in
Yeah.
D20
In the
and
chat,
yeah.
Saltmarsh threat, making deal, attack, fish people. Level up.
Well,
We
and
have
we
gained levels and no longer need you. We, however, will be acting on your behalf to start a war.
Yeah. If you have a problem, don't bother.
Signed, the Onion Brigade.
And on that note, I think we're going to wrap it up for tonight with you guys figuring out the letter that you're sending back to Marcus, and about 5 minutes left before we would like to stop at 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, it has been a phenomenal week streaming with all of you guys. We'll be back with Saltmarsh on Monday, hopefully with better video and audio syncing, since we're looking at switching back to Zoom instead of Skype.
Yeah, I was about to say, everybody who watched yesterday and today, let us know in chat if yesterday was better or if today is better, because this is kind of a work from home
Oh, definitely.
test. Yeah.
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 Let us know what's
Will
working
be-
and what isn't in general.
Yeah.
Any
Yes, that would be
feedback.
appreciated. Since we
So-
will be doing this for the next 2 to 3 weeks of.
I really hope it's not that long. All right. So thank you guys so much again for joining us. I did see Milady Saito come in. Welcome. And it's good to see you, sweetheart. I hope your stream went well too. And we will see you here on Saturday for Call of Cthulhu with Ezra running the chaos. That'll be great fun. This should be
Destroy.
It's going to be fun to do a stream like this where I'm not running the damn thing. So, thank you guys so much for joining us. Join us again on Saturday for Call of Cthulhu. Check out our YouTube page, youtube.com/questschaos. Now, if you are sheltering in place, it's a good time to get caught up on the escapades of the Foxy Irregulars and Natural One.
Yep.
We also have everything in podcast format.
Plus, Hef just hit the Discord, so since everybody's working from home in front of their computers all day long, we definitely have time to chit chat about lots of random stuff in Discord. There are dog and cat pictures because we're all stuck at home, so share your furry friends.
And there looks to be a cool place to go raid, so we should do that.
Who we raiding?
Who we raiding?
Otterpop 18.
Otterpop.
That is the best name. Let's do it.
Yes.
All right. So thank you guys. Thank you guys again so much for joining us, and join us on Monday to continue the expedition in Saltmarsh. Thank you guys so much. And we'll catch you later.
Saltmarsh,
Have a good night.
Yay!